All right, everybody, we are live again. I know it's been a minute. It's been at least 11 days, Fitzgerald. It's been a while, almost
Since
2 weeks.
you and I appeared on, I thought about 2+ weeks.
Yeah, 2+ weeks, guys. I've been traveling. I was in Gambia and Senegal, and I just did not have the opportunity to go live. I mean, I could have went live, but okay, I'm not gonna make any excuses. I just chose not to go live. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just gonna keep it real. I chose not to go live. But everyone, thank you so much for joining. We have my good brother, mentor, confidant, brother I've known now. This is 2007, so that's almost 12 years now. Well, it's 12 years now. In fact, I met you 2007 around this time. I would say that summer, 2007, was when we first met, Fitzgerald.
Yeah, it was pretty hot that year, man.
Yeah, it was hot. So my brother, Fitzgerald Stephens. And today's topic, I want to go ahead and give a quick recap of my Senegal and Gambia trip. Had a great time. Loved Gambia. I'm very impressed with the repat community in Gambia, as far as the British and the Black Americans who have relocated to Gambia full time. I was very impressed. There's a lot of brothers and sisters over there who are doing great things. I spent a lot of time with Blacksit, with Sister Juliet and her husband Adrian. They rolled out the red carpet for me. I had a great time. Just came back Friday, and I'm still, I still got a little jet lag. So you guys gotta bear with me. Be a little patient. Got a little jet lag, so please forgive me. So I mean, that had a great time in Gambia. I would say my the best experience I had in Gambia was visiting Kunta Kinte's island and also visiting Kunta Kinte's descendants who are still alive. So had the opportunity to sit down with them and talk about the legacy of Kunta Kinte and just people reconnecting back to the continent in general. Went to Senegal, had a great time in Senegal. But with all that being said, I go to Nigeria Sunday or Monday. I head to Nigeria Monday. And, everybody knows Senegal was my first love. But just being in Senegal, it made me miss Nigeria even more. Nigeria is home. Nigeria is my first love. I absolutely love Nigeria. So being in Senegal just made me miss Nigeria even more. So I'm looking forward to go to Nigeria for our tour. I'm headed to New York on Sunday. Gonna spend the night in New York, and then I head out Monday on Delta to Lagos. So I'm looking forward to that. Brother Fitzgerald, I missed you, brother. I missed you. And again, it's my fault. It's my fault. It's all I take the blame on this one.
Well, man, looked like you was having quite a good time out there. I would have liked to go on that canoe ride with you. No life jacket, and I can swim, but I don't think.
yeah.
I don't think that look like a low boat, man. Compliments on you, buddy.
I can't make decisions like that. But let me. So we get to the. So the city is called Bara. So Bara, in order to get the Banjul, you have to catch a ferry. So I get there and they're like, look, the ferry's delayed, but you can catch a canoe or a boat. I said, okay, no problem. So, I get there and I see people on it. I'm like, okay, it should be fine. So I hop on. So I'm thinking that it's full. I'm like, okay, so the canoe is full now. We're going to leave any second now. For sure, they kept bringing people onto the canoe. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Like, it was a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get off and just wait for the ferry. They just kept bringing people on, piling people on. Next thing I know, there had to be at least 90 people on that canoe.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was just nervous. So then I asked for a life jacket, and they're like, sorry, brother, we're out of life jackets. And I'm just like... They're like, sorry, brother. We
out. Trip was that important that you had to like, I'll just go ahead and I'll just do it anyway. It was that important, man, dude. I was reading some of the comments you was getting, for the audience. They like, man, you a brave man.
I needed to get to where I needed to go.
Okay, evidently you did,
but again, I didn't think they were gonna pack us in like rats. That's the thing. Because like I said, they just kept bringing people on, bringing people on, bringing people on, and I'm like, okay, hold on, like this seems like enough people. No, brother. If you scoot, if you sit diagonally, we could fit 2 more people right there. I'm like, come on, man. If you shoulder this way, we could fit 2 people right there, brother. It's okay. And I'm like, oh my God. So then they put people at the bottom into the belly. I'm just like, golly. So I'm just nervous as hell on the way. Oh man. So, but we made it. So everything was okay, but I was nervous. But yeah, but I asked for a life jacket. Dude was like, look, we out of life jackets. I'm just like, oh,
yeah, okay. You know what? Oh, no, I probably would have made the same decision, man.
Yeah.
I would have been traveling by myself. If I probably would have been traveling with family members, I wouldn't have risked it with them. But I figured something like that, I can get out of it. Seriously. In Staines, but I wouldn't want to put my family through that. But kudos to you, man. I mean, once again, you made one of those decisions, that got you over there in the first place. I mean, kudos to that. How are the people?
Say that one more time.
How are the people? How's the culture there?
People are great, man. I mean, people friendly, hospitable. I mean, great. I mean, it's just. And then I was with my Blacksett family and with Juliet and Adrian, her husband. So it was great. I had a great time, Fitzgerald. I can't complain. Somebody said pack an extra life jacket while traveling. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to get on a canoe. All right, my full attention was to catch the ferry, but they were like, it's delayed for like another 2 hours. But what's crazy, Fitzgerald? So on our way, here comes the ferry. I see the ferry blow by, and I'm like, oh.
So hey, Captain, that's all right. Can you pull up close to it? They throw me a rope.
So here comes the ferry. So we in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Now I'm thinking the ferry's 2 hours delayed, so we going, and here comes the ferry just blowing by, and I'm just like, oh man.
Wait a minute, Atlantic. That sits over there. On that. God, think Fitzgerald. That's on the western seaboard about Cote d'Ivory. That Atlantic.
Yeah. Gambia is on Atlantic. Is on the west coast.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that's a French speaking Providence.
No, Gambia. Okay, so it's weird. Gambia is English speaking, but it's surrounded by French speaking countries. So Gambia is literally in the middle of Senegal. Like it's the only country that's in the middle of a country.
That's right.
Yeah. So Gambia is English speaking, but it's surrounded all by French speaking countries. So, who figures? When they did the thing at the Berlin conference, obviously they didn't consult with Africans on how they're going to carve up the country. So that's how they carved it.
Yeah, very few people know about the Berlin conference. Come to think of it, it's a major deal. It's still very much at work today. For those of you guys who are not familiar with it, the Berlin Conference was done by the European colonial powers. They just sat down at the table, literally, and they said, "We're just going to carve up Africa. You get this." So that's how Belgium got the Congo Republic under King Leopold. Who made Hitler look like a choir boy. You won't hear about a lot of atrocities he did. That's the Spaniards, they got a small share of it. England, that's how they got with South Africa, Nigeria, coast of, and then France, who really controls a huge portion of Western Africa. That's the influence they have up there. It's an interesting thing about that conference. Do you know, Diane, without the so-called colonies, with that French colonies that paid France in the habits of something like $500 billion worth of francs every year just for a colonial tax. France was slide into a third world country. It ain't really nothing popping over in Western Europe. They're not so God. They have no resources. They're dependent upon Africa they're really to have their very, very life existence. Nothing really, deep. I mean, they're not resource rich like say the United States or in Australia stuff. There's nothing in there, but so they have their colonies there with that system like that, and just supplant it there, and you just got to pay them. How can I put it, like a tax just because they conquered you and stuff. But hopefully that stuff will get eradicated very soon and give Africa back the independence. But that's one thing that's keeping Africa and the people there so suburban and poor. That the incredible one-sidedness of the International Monetary Fund that owns those guys, that gives those crazy exorbitant interest rates, and they trade their colored money for Africans' resources. Catch what I just said. They trade their colored money. All it is just colored money, being the euros or whatever you want to call it. And then they trade it for their resources: gold, diamonds, cocoa, petroleum, cobalt, you name it and stuff. So it's a system that's been going back several hundreds of years, and that's why you see that. And then they institute their puppet leaders, and for those leaders, maybe would it be like Thomas Sakur, Nelson Mandela, Steve Biko, my favorite over there, Patrice Lumumba, Democratic Republic of Congo. He's like the Malcolm X of that whole continent. Had he would have lived, Africa would be vastly different. That one man, right. But we can get in that. And so when leaders like that come across, they are assassinated. Then these puppet leaders are put in. That goes along with the politics of the West, and they'll have very, very nice homes in London on Kensington Palace, and they'll have nice villas in Switzerland. But the people are absolutely impoverished because the trade-off of that, although their family is fine, you literally have given your resources away to colonial power. So as long as you got that up, it's very, 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 if not impossible to really have some stable resources, get on the world trade, to trade your goods at market value like everybody else do, to really, really build wealth. So it's just something I'm kind of passionate about, because that decision right there. You're not going to read about it much in history books, at least over here, at least in the United States. I promise you, about where I grew up in Southeast Alabama, you definitely going to read about it. but it's a very big deal, and you still see that. I mean, with Western Europe, man, they are dependent upon Africa for survival. Right. For survival, but yet they want to call countries over there third world countries. You take away the resources. As far as that, Europe will practically just dry up. Mm-hmm. It's nothing there, resource-wise. And so that's why the play for Africa. That's why the play for us. You see the Chinese are moving there. I just Diana said she's been gone. Or maybe shortly after you came back. President Vladimir Putin of Russia has decided to eliminate all the debts for the African nations. Countries eliminate debts for other countries without something in return. Of course, it'd be interesting to see that. So I'll let you get back to talking about what you do. But what do these things have in common? Economics. Mm-hmm. Economics. Economic slavery is it's so detrimental. As far as the survival of a people, the survival of a nation. That's what it's all about. All wars are fought for one thing and only one thing. That's the amassing and accumulation of resources. If one country feels that they don't have it and they're strong enough by way of their military, they go in there, take other countries who have it, and impose rules and regulations and laws that are designed in their favor at the detriment of the conquered nation. Until people rise up and get together in unity, which is the antidote to slavery, you're going to continue to see these atrocities. You're going to continue to see these exploitations and just driving people in just abject poverty, and these puppet leaders, keeping their millions in their Swiss bank accounts, and for exchange of giving the resources away. I think your country over there, Nigeria, Didash, your country over there, you can't seem to have a problem. You're an OPEC nation, one of the richest nations in the world. Mm-hmm. But you have interesting kind of lopsided leases with British Petroleum for your petroleum reserve. Now they tear the heck out of your environment. Your streams get polluted. Your water get polluted. Sometimes they make the land practically unfarmable because of the contaminations around there. So I really would like to see somebody get that together over there. But once again, it comes down to Nigeria is an extraordinary wealthy nation,
right?
A very, very wealthy nation, very, very rich in resources. But and hopefully they're going to make a shift where that benefits Nigerians first, and start doing their stuff and competing on the world market like everybody else at a fair market price. And then we're going to see what some interesting powers. Nigeria has every bit between Nigeria and especially Congo. Congo could be the next modern day Wakanda. It's just that resource rich. It's just that resource rich. Probably the wealthiest nation on earth in terms of resources.
No, probably it is.
In terms of probably, more likely, if there is one, I can't think of one, but the Congo, vast in resource. Every part of that land, just wealth. Don't benefit the Congolese though, but just a thing about that, man. You got me on the subject, but I'm a big history buff, and but you gotta understand it's always been about economics. It's always been about economics. When we come on here, when I'm coming on here with Dynamics talking, we're talking about Karatbars, we're talking about our business, our gold business stuff. Understand this: the number one thing what we're trying to do is get a solid economic foundation out there to people who are listening to us. That's what we are, because if I can control you economically, I can easily subjugate you. And if I can't be controlled economically, more likely I can't be subjugated. Not as easily. Because it's all about resources. It's all about the accumulation of resources. As my grandfather would say, Arthur Stanford, he said sometimes you got to have something to back people up off of you. And he wasn't necessarily talking about firearms, although go part of it. But what he was talking about was resources. My grandfather grew up in, you want to talk about something, 1910 Southeast Alabama, where Jim Crow was the way of life down there. Discrimination was the way of life. They really believed that. My grandfather told me, it was taught to him that the only thing that the whites looked at a black man was the amount of labor they could get out of him. That's it. His brain wasn't a factor. His intelligence wasn't a factor. The way he took care of his family wasn't a factor. His physical labor, what they could extract with that, for be it sharecropping or doing anything with that. The only thing he felt that black man was good for was physical labor. So my grandfather grew up an only child back in that era, and so he was just determined just to not be under that system. So he became a very, very successful farmer, and he really worked hard because he wanted financial freedom. He wanted the ability. Dynasties, he would often say to me, "I want the ability to call my own shots." I remember that line he used to say, "Call my own shots." Right. Well, he did it, and so we didn't go work for nobody. I remember there used to be literally pickup trucks that would come around and pick up people. Pick them up and take them like to pulp woods or peanut fields or cotton fields. That's how it was down there where I grew up. But we never had to do that. Unfortunately, none of my grandfather's children wanted to learn the farming business. They wanted to leave. Now, my mother, she that she wasn't going to do any farming because once she married her father, she went to a whole nother different, established her own family, but they didn't want anything to do with it. That farm is still in my family's name right now, and we can still release timber rights out to it and do things like that, and we still own the property. But the man did accomplish its thing. Unfortunately, because nobody really wanted it, it wasn't developing. It didn't really build generational wealth like it could have had if someone took a hold of. My family's been in Alabama for dang near 250 years. But once the visionary dies out and there's nothing residual to give to the family to keep cultivating that, eventually wealth is going to be lost. So thank you for bringing some things up, Diane. So when you said the Berlin conference, man, that started this whole conversation. I appreciate that.
No problem. Guys, make sure you hit that like button as you come to the chat room. Please hit that like button. Once again, just got back from Senegal and Gambia. Had a great time. And I'll leave for Nigeria officially on Monday. But I'll be heading. Yeah.
Dude. So you came back just to see your son.
Yeah.
You get on the plane and go back. So it's as opposed to going from Gambia to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then,
Well, he's glad to see
in
you.
my kingdom is we're having our festival. So
Great. I really want to go with you one day. I really do.
in Otoruo, we're having our festival. So that's going to be a great time. So,
Awesome.
so guys, make sure you hit that like button. Did I miss anything in Karatbars? Anything new, Fitzgerald, while I was gone?
No, no. Well, your team's growing. Your
Yeah,
team's
that.
growing great.
And
No,
real quick, guys, people who signed up while I was gone, I will be calling you guys today. Sorry about not calling you guys while I was traveling. I apologize. You will be getting phone calls from me today. So, but go ahead, Fitzgerald. I'm sorry.
no. The duplication is working. You're getting wealthier, which cause your gold is going up. And people are still very much interested. People are very much will coming aboard. I mean, people are seeing this. It's seeing this more that hey, I want to do something. I know I need to do something, and perhaps this could be some help to fit in for what I'm trying to do. So no, I mean things that the ship is still going steady, man. The ship is still going steady. We're just trying to get the word out more, but the ship is going steady.
Absolutely. So, guys, today's topic again. I just want to give a recap of my trip because I know people are like, where's that? I want to give people a recap of my Senegal and Gambia trip. Guys, please hit that like button as well. And then we're going to speak on, living a life of freedom, and I'm telling you, I'm experiencing that right now as we speak. I just got back from Senegal, Gambia. I'm going to be here in America for about a week. Then I head to Nigeria next week. And, working for corporate America, if I would have stayed in corporate America, I wouldn't be able to live this lifestyle. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm definitely not saying that. As far as when you're working in corporate America, you have somewhat of a parachute, or you have, I guess, a guaranteed income coming in, even though that could be cut off at any minute. You still have a guaranteed income. So I'm not saying that is easy, but guys, trust me, it is worth the risk. I would not change it for the world. It is definitely worth the risk. You want to ask something, Brother Fitzgerald?
How did you? I mean, I know what I did. I know what I did to do stuff. I became an entrepreneur out of necessity. I was getting so many no's when I came out of college. I couldn't get in. They said you have to have the experience, and you couldn't get the job because you didn't have the experience. And after so many no's and no's, I knew I like it, man. If I'm gonna live and live a lifestyle I want, I got to create it. And I got to create something. So I know how I got started. I know the fears I had to overcome, and I know the fears I still got to overcome. You have a couple stages with entrepreneurship. You have the vision. Okay, you got, man, I want more. Then you put work in to make the vision come to pass. Okay, you finally get it, and then you have to work to maintaining it. The third one is the most dangerous one. Okay, because Dynas, you already know you can't go back, and you don't want to. Your mind just don't absorb it. As far as do that. But if you get comfortable in this game, we're talking now. You get too comfortable, you can easily lose that position. You can put yourself like, wow, all of a sudden the income is not coming in much like it was, the opportunities, because the same fire that you had to go out there to create it, you got to maintain it. Now, not necessarily by money, but you still got to maintain the edge. You got to keep yourself sharp with the books you read, with your associations. That's the number one. But don't get lazy once you get your dream. I mean, each and every one of you, one of us, have that ability. We all had that thing. We know what we want. Okay. And then we have that second stage. We start working for it, actively making steps to make it possible. Then we have the third stage. All of a sudden, we're living in what we wanted. I mean, we're like wake up like, wow. I mean, this is what I want to do, whatever that thing is. But the most dangerous stage is the last stage, working to maintain it, because sometimes you can just get so comfortable. Because you forget about the drive and the hunger that actually that brought everything to pass, and as an entrepreneur, it's almost like it's almost like every day is a day that you got to reinvent yourself. Now, I'm not talking about you arrive like a guy like a Grant Cardone that know about $300-400 million, but has about several thousand apartment buildings that's bringing him rent every day. I'm not. But until you get to what my youngest brother has called me orbit, it takes. Other words, think of it like a rocket ship. It takes more fuel is expended to get that rocket in orbit. That at the launch, that's what it is, the launch. Okay, right. So you're going to spend more fuel and more time and more energy to get your rocket off the ground. But once you break through the gravitational pull, of the Earth's gravitational pull, you get into black space. Okay, right. All you're doing now to move that rocket, all you're doing is working on the thrusters, and it moves. And it moves. You don't have to use that because you're up in a realm that's supporting that's supporting you. But until you get to that rocket, until you get to that black orbit stage where you can use your thrusters, you dare not keep putting the time and energy in to get that thing up to get that thing up to that level. Because if you quit too soon in the launch, the ship's going to crash. If you don't do enough, the ship's going to crash. If you already think you're in the orbit that you're not, you're gonna come back down to Earth heavily. So Dynas, based on that's my why. But man, how did you make the decision, man? This is what I'm going to do, and not only I'm going to do. This is what I'm trying to. This is a life I'm going to live. What moved you from that would be nice to the fact that you're at the position we are right now? Because we're literally seeing your story unfold on social media. We literally are right there. But how did you make the decision? And more importantly, how do you keep the decision? You're talking like going like for African countries, man, like you catch a MARTA bus, or a train. I don't understand. I don't think you understand what you're saying. You get back from Gambia, been here less than a week, and you telling me Monday you get ready to fly to Nigeria. Now for people like, how in the world is he doing that? Right. I mean, you're home. You don't look like you got very nice living quarters. I know you got living quarters. I've been there several times. But you ain't stressed. You ain't coming on for fundraising, asking the audience to send you a $5 offer.
Hold on, we'll stop. So guys, make sure you hit that super chat button. Hit that super chat button and also join the Patreon. But I do put it out there for people who want to see me continue doing what I'm doing, to support, obviously. So hit that super chat button. I think for me, Fitzgerald, it's just I always knew I had a bigger mission in life, and I wasn't going to be able to accomplish that mission by checking in 9 to 5 every day, and not even 9 to 5, 8 to 6 every day, And so I knew there was going to be a day and time where I was going to have to leave corporate America, And I think what I did, I gave myself a date, like this day, I'm out, And I tell the story as far as leading up to that day, what I was trying to do to ensure that I would be, I guess, somewhat secure. But it didn't work out that way. But I just, I told myself this day I'm gone and I'm just going to have to figure it out moving forward. So like I said, it hasn't been easy, so I definitely don't want to give a false impression that, everything is just flowers and roses and stars, but I wouldn't change it. And I'm definitely not going back unless I just have to. But for the most part, I've burnt that bridge. I can't go back.
How does
unless, like I said, sorry, Brother Fitzgerald, it's on my terms. In my terms, I'm gonna need a limited vacation, unlimited vacation. I'm gonna need equity in the company, and then you got to pay me a high salary.
No. Okay, so you want to own the company then, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, well, how does Karatbar enhance? Does it fit in, but what you're doing now? How does it enhance what you're already doing now?
I'm earning. We talk about this all the time, guys. My Karatbars link is in the chat room. Click on the link. Okay, link is in the chat room. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate, and I'm going to personally call you, and then I'm going to get you connected to Fitzgerald, who is going to help in getting you guys started so we can ensure that you're successful. I mean, obviously, I need a vehicle that can fund my my trips, that can fund my lifestyle, so I don't take a hit on my lifestyle. Because obviously, since I'm not in corporate America anymore, Georgia Power is still going to want their money.
Right.
Atlanta Water, they're going to want their money. Still got to take care of Mansa. Delta ain't, Delta's not sponsoring me, so I still got to pay for them tickets. Delta's not letting me cop on a flight for free. So, there still are expenses. But the great thing about Karatbars is, number one, I can work this everywhere I'm at on the planet. Number one. In fact, go ahead, Fitzgerald.
I said the reason you see my head tilted down because I believe we operate in Gambia. So I'm trying to, the type in, go into my account, that look at active countries. I know we're in 146 countries. I'm not mistaken. Here's
some news, Fitzgerald. While I was gone, I think we added 2 more countries. I think one like Central American country or South American country, and I forgot the other country.
Well, I know Venezuela came on. Venezuela, they had that huge currency collapse. Another OPEC nation, matter of fact, but they had that huge currency collapse like that. So you better believe the good people of Venezuela, hey man, we got gold right here, so we understand the importance of gold as opposed to having this fiat currency. You better believe that, because had Karatbars would have been in place right there before a lot of this currency collapse, a lot of people would have been would have had a leg up, to go ahead and take care of their families. Their currency was like so devalued, and it's a very, very wealthy country.
Right.
What happened was they depend so much upon the oil, petroleum, and the revenues, to fund the social works programs and the various different programs they have around the country. Well, that when you may remember back about a couple of years ago, man, oil was hovering like a close to $1,000, not $1,000, but $100 per barrel of petroleum. Mm-hmm. Man, when that stuff went down to like $50, $45, that's one, and they didn't have any other really other different sectors, in that country to bring in revenue. So it just collapsed that currency, and let that be a lesson. That Dynas, if you're not diversified in your financial portfolio,
right?
One stream of income dries up. It can really put you in a devastating situation. Most people, the only stream of income they have is called a job.
Right.
And it may sound like I'm against jobs. I'm not against men and women. How you choose to make your money, that's cool. What I am against is just only have one source of income. Far as that, I'm very much against that. Far as with because your family is literally left and unprotected. That ass when you went, since you've been gone, man, I was sitting around here and I said, let me go. It's seasonal work. Let me go out there, and get me a part-time job, and I did. Mm-hmm. I went and got a part-time job. Still work on my Karatbar business. Still doing that. Said to them, requested rather what type of hours I wanted, and I got that. Not really hard work. Not really hard work, but it's still tapping into the thing where, create another income besides Karatbars. Now I'm down here studying for my insurance license, down in Florida. I'll get that where I can go ahead and get residuals as far as off of that. So I'm just not dependent upon Karatbars to do what I'm doing. I got my gold going up, and I got my cryptocurrency. Then I get my weekly commissions of Friday. But I'm just not dependent on Karatbars just to do it. It's still the same concept of what I'm saying to everybody else. Just make sure you have a multiple streams of income. It's just imperative that we do that because you never know what can happen. As far as with either your ability to go out there and still keep maintaining the work that you're doing, something like an illness could happen, or or a layoff or a merger, an acquisition of your company, and you just happen to be on the losing end of it. So it's just so much important. It's just so important. We just happen to find a vehicle with Karatbars that the product is money. The product is gold. We're literally able to go ahead and maximize our opportunity by being able to work 146 countries around the earth. And yes, Dinas, I believe Gambia is on there. In other words, you're sitting over there and you probably were so scared you didn't even think about that. But you're sitting around there next to the guy in the canoe walking away. Hey, you look any other way to make you come? I know you didn't do it. Because you were looking at the waves, chopping and everything, and took your mind off. But you realize while you were sitting over that boat, and you asked her, and you will say, "Hey, do you ever look at any other ways to make money?"
Right.
And he or she would said yes. Product is gold, and then you could have literally took out your cell phone,
right,
got into your Karatbar account, and registered that affiliate over there, and you would have had a business in Gambia.
Yes.
You're in 146 nations now. They decide they want to build their wealth, collect gold for them and their household, and then you in turn you get credit for helping them do that.
Right.
I mean, you could definitely do the same thing when you go to Nigeria Monday, once we're all over there. So this is a global opportunity that's not dependent upon your location. And that's the beautiful thing about it, the location. I can't take, my part-time hustle that I just picked up since I was talking to you guys at Lowe's. I have to like the tools down there. And so I can't go over to Gambia and say, let me find a Lowe's there. Man, I can't go across town to the next.
You guys got a location at Gambia?
Yeah, you guys got a location. I can't even go 10 miles down the road and say I want to work to with the Del Mayberry location, because I'm assigned to the location of where I am, which is probably about like 4 miles away from my house. But that's where I'm assigned. But with my Karatbars business, I can't do that with my insurance business I'm getting ready to take on. I can't do that. I'm limited to Florida. But with my Karatbar business, I can literally just come in here in between sessions or before sessions, get on my computer and communicate with the world. That's why I'm able to have a business affiliates in Zurich, Switzerland, and London, England, and Tanzania, and Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria, Canada, Toronto. That's why Perth, Australia. That's not having an affiliate over there. That's why we're able to do that all from here. And and while we're sitting up there talking to them by way of WhatsApp or way of the computer, they decide they want to acquire gold for building their family's wealth. And then in turns we're getting efforts we're getting leverage because we set that up. And and everyone's happy. I mean, it just makes so much sense, and so eventually, you want to think, okay, all right, what happens when I decide to hang up the game? What happens when I want to maybe pull a Dynas? He's coming on here, man. I would love to do that. I'm quite sure you're calling, you tell him exactly how you do it. But one thing he's going to tell you, you got to have a vehicle that's paying you. You got to have a vehicle that's bringing income in for you to do that, because that stuff doesn't come cheap. Warren Buffett said it. You don't find a way to make money while you sleep. You'll work until you die. And so I'm not opposed to no one's job. I mean, work is honorable. I mean, shoot. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. But once again, what I am saying, consider have other streams of income coming in, so it can give you some leverage to do things like that. And e-commerce business like what Karatbars is. That's here to stay. The cryptocurrency market is also like what Karatbar is. That's here to stay. That's not gonna go away. The telecommunications. So why don't you put yourself in a position where you can profit handsomely from that? That something's going to happen anyway. And so that's really all we kind of do. I mean, it's not for everyone. I mean, I'll beat that like a broken record. It's not for everyone. But having multiple streams of income is for everyone. And so that's why we talk so passionate about what we do. We just happen to find something that works well for us. So and it'll do the same for you, especially with us trying to help you.
Mm-hmm. Guys, again, make sure you hit that like button as you come into the chat room. Also share this stream as well. My referral link is in the chat room. Click on the referral link, sign up as an affiliate. I will personally give you a call and get you in contact with Fitzgerald so we can ensure that we get you up and running. Also, at the end of the stream, the link will be in the chat room. I'm sorry, in the description, and it's also on the screen. So make sure you utilize that link. Let's read some of these statements. So, pun intended, interesting. It's a MLM business opportunity that's in 144 countries. I guess you make more money with the more people working with you, like group wealth building. What would you say? How would you respond to that comment?
Yeah, it's referral based, not a multi-level, but I'm not gonna get into that. Well, you don't have to refer people. You don't have to build a team like Dynas and I chose to do. You don't have to do any of that. You can become a millionaire by choice by simply collecting, gold and gold back cryptocurrency for yourself and sitting on it and wait for it to rise in value. You don't have to do it. There's many ways that to do this business. This business. I mean, every product that is acquired is an asset. So people are actually getting something of value for actually spending their money, and so are you. So different things for different people. But no, I mean, we have our gentleman, Mr. Wright. And I'm not going to call his last name Dynas. Mr. Wright, and your team. He'll let you know quick, man. I'm not interested in going out there talking to people doing that, but he's very interested in collecting the gold and the gold back cryptocurrency. He's doing very, very well about that. So it all depends on what you're looking for, sir, ma'am. Whatever you're looking for. And so Karatbars is not a one-stop shop or one thing fits all, but it does have options to help you grow in wealth accumulation. So I hope I answered that. I hope I answered that with a degree of clarity.
For sure. Let's go ahead and get into the opportunity. So what's Karatbars?
Karatbars is an e-commerce company based out of Stuttgart, Germany. It's been there since 2011. Debt-free company, which mission is it is the largest distributor of small gold increments in the world. Okay, so the main products we have is our 1 gram card, our 5 gram card, and our 2.5 gram cards. This right here, that's a 1 gram card. Okay, in the middle, that is 1 gram of gold. Now, why is that significant? Now, one thing that is actually in my possession. Gold is money. So what's the concept? I just simply take some of my declining money, my US dollars, and I put it into an asset. You pay yourself first. Put it into an asset, whether gold in this case or real estate. But let's just use gold for the sake of the demonstration right here. Okay. And so as I acquire this, my wealth is automatically going up. Well, why, Fitzgerald? Because gold is increasing in value. We clearly see like now if I was to take like $20 or $60, the purchasing power of that is not going to be the same like a year, definitely 5 years from now. But the purchasing power of this gold is going to be worth more because it's going to go up in value while the paper is declining in value. If you can get that one concept right there, you can be extraordinarily successful through this. So I'm not really buying anything. I'm exchanging something that's declining and putting it into something that's appreciating. Now, we also deal with our gold back cryptocurrency, our KCB coin and a KBC. But right now we're going to talk about the KCB coin. Cryptocurrency, for those of you who have heard about a couple things, and those of us who not know exactly all the things about it, all of this is digital currency that's really is going to be the new form of payment. The world over. We see retail organizations like Starbucks, taking this as far as exchange of goods and services. Well, we are in the crypto sphere. We also have the opportunity that if you want to build a global team and benefit from other people's efforts, you have that option by purchasing one of the tax deductible business packages. Dynas and I have done just that. We're what you call a VIP. You guys might see that initial in the back thing, VIP in the back of me, and so we're able to leverage the efforts of others, all while still collecting gold for ourselves and gold-backed cryptocurrency for ourselves. Our business is also residual. In other words, Dinance can lead that to his son, Massa. Once he can leave his whole global organizations in the revenue and the funds that it generates directly to his son, so he can his son can automatically have an inheritance off of what his father does. This is going to keep continually growing. We're in 146 nations right now. Like a little over a million affiliates. So there's incredible rooms for opportunity and growth. We have several people that have retired from this thing in a relatively very short period of time. My sponsor, Michael Delco, a sponsor and a dear friend of mine, 22 years, he was able to retire from a six-figure mortgage banking job in 103 days. Well, Michael's the exception. But Michael's not the exception. If you do what Michael does, you can get what Michael did. Michael called 300 people in 1 month, and a lot of those people said yes to him, and he got in, and that was 5 years ago. He hasn't punched the clock right now, still with a team that's expanding globally. It's close to like 70,000 people now down there.
And I have to also say for the people who are afraid of rejection, a lot of people who think this is easy, a lot of people said no as well.
Yeah, you're going to get no's. You're going to get no to that. I don't think I heard. I don't know if it's Bill Gates, but it went something like this. It said, people, people ask me how did I become successful, and he said simple. I showed the plan to 1,000 people, okay. And he said 700 people said no to me. 300 people said yes to me. 11 people made me rich. Yeah, it's just the numbers. It's just numbers and things like that. When I didn't get into the first college I wanted to go to, but it didn't stop me from not applying to other colleges. I've gotten turned down from opportunities, but it didn't stop me from looking for opportunities. So yeah, no's is a part of life. If anything, I would say to everyone listening that don't be afraid of rejection. Does it taste good? No, but it's necessary. And when you get to your yeses, you're not going to really care about the rejections. You're really not. I said I talked to hundreds and hundreds of people. Had to, and then but 121 people said yes to me, and including Dinaz. I got a team close to like 5,800 people right now. 5,800 people, in several countries around the world. Is it anything to brag upon with me? No. Is it any great special charisma about me? No. It's just people, who like, and the majority of those people, they have no clue who I am. Or they may know me in passing, but they're not doing this for me. They're doing it for their family, but because they just happen to be in my network, that helps leverage my efforts. And lo and behold, I'm sitting over here talking to you guys about something I'm already doing. And so Karatbars will grow your wealth. It will give you write-off, like the tax write-offs, like a business. It's a home-based business. It will say it will start increasing your wealth, and it has an opportunity to cause you to build a massive income that you can lead to generations on this forward. And now when the goal comes to you, I mean just that. And we get paid in euros. We get paid in euros by way of a Karatbars MasterCard. I'm looking for that. I don't know where it's on my desk. Oh, here it is, right here. We get paid.
I just ordered mine too, so I'm just waiting.
Okay, beautiful, because you got some stuff waiting on for you. So we get paid in the Karatbars MasterCard. We get paid in euros because once again, it's a European company. Well, I take this card right here, and I pay my RAV4 payment. I get my haircut. I buy food. I buy nice premium cigars that I like. I do everything that a MasterCard can do. If I want to get some fiat currency, I simply go down to the ATM machine and and put it in and extract out money on my card that I would like to do. So if I'm in Nigeria, I decide to put this in the ATM machine there. I'm going to get Naira. If I'm in South Africa, I'm going to get the Rand. If I'm in Japan, I'm going to get the yen. and I'm going to get the exchange rate, far as what that country's currency based on euros. So I can go over there. If I take, say like 20, 40,000 euros, and I decide to buy some property over Nigeria, it's not going to charge me, it's not going to charge me in euro prices. It's going to charge me in rand, on naira prices. So now what the naira is to the euro, which is the euro is a stronger currency, it's going to cost me a little bit. It's going to put me in a better economic position to buy over there simply because my card is loaded with euros or anything else. And so that's really what we do. As our senior founder, senior partner, Ty Betts would say, save a lot of, tell a lot of people, save a lot of gold and gold back cryptocurrency and make a lot of money. It really is just that simple. It really is. And I don't need to complicate it. It's no quick get rich thing. There's no such thing. And if someone tells you there's a quick get rich, run from that. Run for that. But if you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to put in something to build something else, to build something else, for another income, perhaps you ought to consider this as an option. It's worked very well for Dynas and myself, and it's worked well for several hundred other people who are on our organization. So to do the same for you.
Guys, like I said, make sure you click on an affiliate link in the chat room. Click on my affiliate link, register as an affiliate. I will personally call you and then get you in contact with Mr. Fitzgerald, who's gonna, we want to make sure you guys are up and running and successful. Also, when this live stream is over, if you watch this replay, the link will be in the description. It is right there on the screen. We had a question in the chat room. Lamin Sine wants to know, is buying gold similar to buying stock?
I would say no. I mean, stock is a whole nother different animal. Gold is a hard, tangible asset, a physical hard asset. Stocks are based on, do I think this thing is going to do better in the future than it is right now? It's so many factors that drive stocks. You take the stock of this country. We got a CEO over here that if he put the wrong tweet out, the stock market starts dropping. If he attacks someone, the stock market starts dropping. But we see with gold just does a steady increase. No, not a lot, but relatively over the years, as far as what in reference to stocks. I think it's shown significant stability. But far as with stocks, I would say talk to someone who is abreast in stocks. Maybe someone who has a Series 7's insurance license, or you can research that with Wikipedia or Google. But it all depends on what are you looking for. The different people have different things that they want to do. My portfolio, Dynas, I want to be a huge blocks of gold, huge chunks of real estate, huge blocks of gold, huge chunks of real estate, maybe a few stocks, maybe something like 5 to 7% in stocks, but most of my wealth, I really want to be derived, I'll be honest with you, from real estate, with the second thing with gold to back in that. Those are things that I'm somewhat comfortable as far as with, but about 5 to 7% in stocks. And if I'm doing stocks, I'm doing something like Fruit of the Loom or underwear company, or I'm doing something like I can't even say I will be bullish on technology. I'll be doing something like clothing manufacturers or service industry, something that I know people would need. Something that will give me a good study return and that I would consider, quote, safe. But I definitely want to be diversified as far as in that. So I hope that answered your question, but I really can't say. I know the minute differences. I choose to operate with gold because to me, gold is much more stable than stocks.
Let's talk about the phone, the K1 Impulse phone.
We can talk about that phone when you act.
Here we go. I know
every week, man. Mine has been ordered and everything. Okay, let's talk about the phones. Hey, You have to communicate. You have to communicate with people, and we know that apps like WhatsApp or Google Hangouts, all these messenger tools are very, very important to facilitate communication. We know that. But Karatbars came out with a phone that runs over the blockchain. The blockchain is a consortium of computers, and each one of the computers have like a code. There's no one central station far as with there. And so the blockchain focuses on primary privacy and security. So imagine having a phone that you don't have to pay any roaming fees for. You don't have to pay any international. You don't have to get an international call plan because the blockchain is what it runs off of, as well as satellite technology, and it actually has like a key that's encrypted with your information alone. You can run all your facility transactions, your banking transactions through there. If I call Dinas Amir on my phone, my crypto phone, his crypto phones, that conversation isn't to anyone else but me and him. If I choose to send him gold from my Karatbar Gold account, and yes, we have that I can transfer a certain amount of portion in his account. That information between nobody between him and I. Dinas, while you were gone, or maybe since you've been back, there was a guy who has a client at AT&T. Okay. He went to go get his phone service because he got some alert. Okay. Well, as I understand it, the worker made a mistake.
Okay.
And somehow Access did something wrong with his SIM card. Okay. Follow me here. Okay. And so while that SIM card, unbeknownst to that worker, was hacked into by an outside source.
Oh, wow.
Somehow they got into it. They stole $1.8 million out of that man's crypto account. And see how they did it. Now you say, well, let's get it back. Not so with cryptocurrency, because it bounces from account to account to account to account. It's practically darn near untrackable and stuff like that. And so what they did, they exchanged it. And when the guy was alerted, they had already moved it to several accounts, so it's practically impossible to trade. Now, had that would have been on blockchain, technology like that could have never happened, because with the Karatbar phone, you have a key that's encrypted. That key must be inserted in order for that thing to be activated. That is personally customized to you. But I think one of the things that we say, like, privacy is the new order. But you think about something like this, when the world really gets a hold of this, it's going to be a game changer, a major game changer. Oh, and by the way, it puts your phone bill somewhere in the neighborhood of $10 a month.
Right.
You don't need that. I don't need to keep paying Sprint like I'm doing like $150 something for two phones. I don't need to keep doing that. I know that doesn't include the international plan that they would charge me from roaming fees and stuff like that. So we're very, very excited about that. We also have come out with a laptop computer that basically works on the same type of technology. So goods and services are coming into this ecosystem right here. That's going to be a tremendous benefit to both people and both of us who get on the low end of this stream, before everyone else starts figuring out what's going on. And someone's going to be very, very wealthy just by this concept. I mean, it's really happening like that. We have our own blockchain with Karatbit. Karatbit is Karatbar's own blockchain, similar like maybe a coin Star, or where you could trade actually Bitcoin on it, Ethereum, Litecoin, where it's an exchange center, KBCs. So it's quite a system. It really is quite a system. Now, it took me a couple of years to get my business built in the stage it's going in right now, but I had years anyway. And so I'm much rather be at the stage I am now by starting to do something where I can see, like, wow, this thing could really, really pay off, and it could put me in an incredible position in a very, very short period of time. So that's why I did it, and that's why. And then when I showed it to Dinas, it made sense to him eventually, and that's why he's doing it. Imagine both of us, working jobs, or he's over in Nigeria and stuff, and then you come in and your Karatbar accounts has, euros in it that's waiting for you that you can spend. I mean, it's a pretty neat deal as far as for me. Once again, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. And you don't, that's not something for you. Fantastic. Hey, I'll cheer you about practically almost whatever you do. But in the theme of it, I implore you to create another income stream or additional income streams for you and your family, just in case something happens to you. And no, an insurance policy is not an income stream. I know I'm not talking about annuities. I'm talking about, if you're gone, your family get that one-time insurance payment. Okay. When a stream, I'm talking something, money keeps coming in, whether you do the work or not, whether you keep doing the work. And then I'll leave you guys with this statement right here. What you're looking for in life, and what I definitely look for in life, I look for three things, primarily in the financial realm. I look for residuals, royalties, or dividends. Mm-hmm. Residuals, royalties, or dividends. Something that's not dependent upon my own to keep it going, whether that's book royalties, whether that's residuals like I receive far as with Karatbars, or whether that's dividends like the gentleman who brought up the stock, the stock question. They pay in dividends. So that's what you're looking for. That's ultimately that's what you want, and that's what you want part of for your financial portfolio, not part of it for your financial portfolio. That's how guys can be sitting around there 10 o'clock and they're playing on a golf course on a Tuesday morning while you're at work. That's why people in Dynas have met him. I know we haven't talked about it. I know you meet world travelers over there. He's not the only one going to Africa. Australians, Indians, English people, French people, they're all over these countries, and they're over there staying at the resorts and stuff. Why? Because their money is working for them. And that's why people can spend money, and they can have more money, a short time later than what they spent, because they have a system of wealth that constantly keeps replenishing money into their coffers for them and their family. And that's how they do it. And you have to follow what the wealthy and the successful do in order to get what the wealthy and successful have. And so we have to understand this money game. We have to understand this economic thing. Things just don't happen. You have to make them happen. You make them happen with consistent and constant action, and consistent and constant planning, but nevertheless consistent and constant action. In order, you have to grow wealth. But once it starts taking off, and once that seed starts growing, you're going to be a long time, up under that shade tree and eating the fruit of that tree for what you planted years ago. I mean, Massa's Dynas is beautiful little boy, single digits still. I mean, if his dad keeps his dads keep building these residual platforms, being an author, being with Karatbars, being his tour company, what do you think that young man has the ability when he gets 18 to 24 years old? Dynas, I heard about this one cat, man, 24 years old. When he turned 24, he became a billionaire because his family, his mother and father had something in place for him to do it. They just turned him over when they felt he was of age. Because now, it was anything he done? No, it was things that his parents done. They had something in place for their child. Is that fair? To me, it is. They built something and built something, gave to his child, gave to their child to give him a leg up on it. So that's all we're talking about. That's all we talk about. Save a lot of gold. Save a lot of gold and gold-backed cryptocurrency. Tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. It's that really is all to it. Now, and it turns after you do that, okay, you see this link up here, with Dynas and Mir at the end of it. Okay, what does that mean? You click on that link because it's free to register. Absolutely, FREE, to set up your gold savings account, okay, or your gold wealth account. Go ahead and click on that link, and then register as an affiliate. Okay, fill out the two-part form. You're gonna get a thing saying, hey, welcome to Karatbars, or you're successfully registered. Okay, then you're gonna get an email from Karatbars. Once you get that email, you click on it and verify your account. Then you go into Karatbars Karatbars.com. Go ahead and download the terms and conditions, and please give me a call. More likely, Dynas is going to give you a call first because he's going to know when you came in this organization. And so you give me a call, 1-716-573-6296. 1-716-573-6296. It rings this. This is my personal cell phone. So it's going to ring that and just let me know that, hey, you got your count up under Dynas, and what do you do next? And so my job is just to walk you through the steps and show you exactly how to do this and what I've done to grow an organization of thousands, and I'll just pour into you for what I do and plug you into wealth builders and show you how to build your family's wealth as much as you choose to do so. Or for those of you who like to email, and then I can get back to you. My name's down in the corner, Fitzgerald Stephens @gmail.com. Fitzgerald Stephens @gmail.com. Now, if I don't answer right away, it's probably because I'm working with someone else. I'm working on another project. Please leave a message, and be patient with me. Allow me to do that. After a while, I take you through that, and show you exactly what to do. I'm not going to charge you a dime. I'm not going to charge you anything for my time, which is extraordinarily valuable. But I'm just going to show you how to grow this depending on what you want. Then questions for you, and just tell you how to get started. Now, instantly, once that happens, once you sign that link up, now all of a sudden now you are instantly in a home-based business in 146 nations around the world that you can operate. If you just get in and just decide, I'm just going to go ahead and increase my wealth by saving in gold for myself, or gold-backed cryptocurrency, you're doing great. You are doing so well. But you decide you want to grow a team like Dynas and I, and then build it literally all over the world. That's what we've done. Then we can show you how to do that too. Whatever you decide, it's your decision. Our job is just to give support to you as much as and help you grow as much as you want to grow with this.
Someone in the chat room asked, are there any, hold on, let me go back to the question. Any drawbacks?
No, I can honestly God say no, but Karatbars, there are no drawbacks. Why do I say that? You have no minimums, no maximum to buy. The website is free. You don't have any inventory you have to keep. Accountants, you have any accounting you have to keep. All that's done for you by way of Karatbars. To join you become a part of Karatbit. The blockchain for Karatbars for free. The teaching system is going to show you how to build a global business. Wealth Builders Worldwide.info, started by Ty and Valerie Best out of Hampton, Virginia. That's free. The training is free. Dynas helping you is free. Me helping you is free. You can decide to quit anytime you want. You're going to find out that that's something that if you're quitting, and that you're going to find out your team is going to be larger when you quit than when you was actually doing something. On most cases, why? Just because you quit, that don't mean I'm going to. I may be in your team, and you got a guy like me. I could put a dang there 57. You had me. You would have over 5,700 people in your team. Just me. That don't care. If you had Michael Delco, you would have something like 80,000 people in your team. Just one man. So just because you don't see it, don't make the mistake to think someone who's in your organization doesn't see it. Okay, so you could either benefit from that or watch from the sidelines, but it's going to happen. This thing is growing with or without us, or with or without you, if I can make it personal. It's going. I mean, because people the world over, Dynas, are looking for opportunity. I promised you, man, and I promise you, I want you to think about this. I've told you a couple of times, and I'm going to say this in admiration and love and respect to you. But I've said to you a couple of times, Dynas, you need to be talking to cats over there. You're missing a golden opportunity, because you're over in a land that your business actually operates. And you know what? And you're probably denying someone an opportunity, because you know what? There are people worldwide, that will crave to have the thing that opportunity that you have right now. And you mean tell me I'm going to be set up in the business for free? Let that sink in. Free? I don't have to have no employees. I don't have to have a building for free. And on top of that being free, you're going to help me. You mean to tell me I don't have no minimums, no maximums? You know, to do? You mean to tell me I can do this all over the world too, just like you? Yeah. You know, the biggest thing that gets in the biggest thing is going to be that's going to be your problem in this, and mine included, is just simply opening up your mouth and giving someone the same opportunity that gets given to you. I mean, that's it. I mean, no matter where you go, I could be in the grocery line, or I could be on at Facebook Messenger, you know, in Gambia. I can be in the gym, or I could be on the bike trail. All if I have the ability to ask someone, hey, do you keep your income options open? Or you look for any other ways to make money? And they say yes, I send them a video to realmoney.info. And then when I follow up with them, I ask them 2 questions and 2 questions alone. Do you see an opportunity for yourself? Did you watch the video? Yes. I send them my business link. And then the next step, I do a 3-way call with Dynaz. If you can do that, for those of you who think you don't know how to talk to people, you can do that. You can literally become financial free in this thing in a way that would stagger you. If you could just do that. And I can do it if I'm in Egypt. I can do it if I'm in Johannesburg. I can do it if I'm in Lagos, London, Zurich, Toronto, Montreal, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Tampa. Doesn't make a difference. You know, doesn't make a difference. So we, you know, they're just people, you know, I mean, oh gosh, not to get on the soapbox, Dynamics, but to get on the soapbox, man, I have thanked Michael Delco every day, so many times, for bringing this opportunity for me. And guess what? He thought I wouldn't do it. The man known me 22 years and didn't think I wouldn't do it, but he didn't know my financial state. He didn't know at 50 years old, I was sitting up there saying like, God, man, I don't have a retirement. I'm just working. I'm getting paid good money. But if something happens to me, it's about, I mean, I don't have anything in place, because I had to keep the money to live. I had to keep the money, keep spending out money. I didn't have any tax benefits to write it off. I didn't own the job. I got paid in W-2s. W-2s, you pay your taxes first.
All right.
And when you're in business, you know, you pay your taxes last. No, so and then you get write-offs for those taxes. I mean, I'm making great money, you know, and so, but I just didn't have any way to offset a lot of those things. Do you know that you know that finances is one of the top cause, if not the causes of divorce, breakdown of marriage, and breakdown of family. Finances. People say, well, it's I'm just going to live off on love. You don't live off on love. You live off on resources. Right. Man, you don't live off on love. That's a fallacy. The love is good when the resources are good. For the majority of people, oh, sure, you got great men, great women who'll stick with it and fight together. Oh, that's a rarity. You know, I never found it, but, you know, I'm quite sure it's out there. But, you know, and the resources start getting funny, you know, it's going to cause excruciating pressure upon that relationship, you know. And but so just for that, but you know, how are you gonna educate your children? How are you gonna feed those children? How are you gonna take care of that home, pay that mortgage stuff? These are real life questions that got to be addressed. And it's not just Western society. You need resources no matter where you are. We just found a vehicle. Because I mean, Dynas, I have wanted a business so long, but man, I didn't have the money. Mm-hmm. You ever try going down to the bank and ask them for a business loan? You ever try doing that? You ever try doing that? The bank decide they seem to get the money to people who don't need it, or people who look favorable status or favorable, whatever. But it's excruciating trying to get a business loan Now the same thing, if I want to go, when I went to University of Alabama, graduate there back in '88. Oh God, man, that was decades ago, 3 decades ago, 31 years. Matter of fact, I was a 18-year-old, 17-year-old kid, 18-year-old kid. They had no problem giving me a student loan. I didn't even have a job. They had no problem. Now they give us all this money to get thousands and thousands of dollars in debts. The student loan is over $1 trillion right now with debt owed. But you don't get that easy status when you try to get a business loan.
Mm-hmm.
Now think about that. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Meanwhile, the clock is still ticking. Meanwhile, with me, shoot, I'm 55 years old. I don't feel old, and I'm not old, but I can't deny that 55 years has went off the clock in my life. And there's one day, maybe I'm just not want to do a lot of things I want to do. I want to go explore and see some other things in the world, but you got to have resources to do it. And fortunately, I put this in position to such a point, and I'm helping Dynas put this thing in such a point. We won't need to worry about money. That would be the least of our worries. We just won't have to do it. Why? Because we put work in years ago to build something like this that's going to help, that's going to help greatly solve that problem. We just made a choice. To all the people who said no to me, great. I wish you well. Mm-hmm. To all the people who said, well, this is, scam pyramid, great. That's your opinion. I could care less. I already know what I'm doing. I already know. But the important thing with me, I said yes to my dreams. I said yes to my future. And I went out there and built it by the grace of Almighty God. I went out there and built it. And I put something together and you heard me say, yeah, I took a little job at Lowe's. Okay. Do something holiday season. Okay, great. I go in there, man, and I'm looking at a schedule. Sometimes they got me going at 6 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm cool. I'm cool. But I look at the faces. Well, how long you been here? 3 years. Well, where's the promotion? Well, I'm still on the floor 3 years. Okay. I mean, okay. Well, I got to do what I got to do. What do you do afterwards? I just go home and play video games. Literally, I had a cat tell me this. Okay. Now, and then you say, like, where's the future in this? Where is the future? What happens if, where's the future in that? And so if I was in a situation like that, and that's all I had to depend on, ladies and gentlemen, I would be very worried. But I can come in here and I can sit up there and talk to people, and Dynas and I can sit and talk to people and help people get in business. And all of a sudden, we can have several paid transactions in euros by us doing something. I've made money while being at work. But when I come back with Karatbars and stuff like that. So that's why I do it. Why? What's your why? I don't know. All we're here is just to sit up there and say, hey, we will assist you. Now, if we for example, you don't have to do what we do for we to support us. We don't have to do that. I have an associate, and one day I hope to get on his friends list. Fabian Peterson, but I met him through Dynas. He came on the stream. Mm-hmm. Fabian's in real estate, and he's a great guy to talk to, and I haven't seen a thing where Fabian has joined with Dynas' team, even though we introduced it to him. Would that stop me from associating that man? Absolutely not. He's building a residual income for him and his family, through real estate, but he's building. That's some guy I need to know. That's some fella I need to know how to talk to about the real estate game, but nevertheless, he's still doing literally exactly what Dynas and I do, and he's just doing on a different vehicle. He's building a residual income. So you guys ask us about how to do that. You ask about Karatbars. Great. We can show you that. We know that. You asked me about janitorial. Great. I build a janitorial company. I can show you how to do that. You asked me about automotives. Great. I built an automotive business. I can show you how to do that. You asked me about import-export business. I'm not the one. I only can stick to what I know. But of everything I have done in my whole entire working career, from the time I was 17 to right now, there's nothing I've seen that touch Karatbars. Nothing. There's nothing. I mean, Karatbars is the easiest thing you'll do. It's the easiest thing you do. Dynas, do you believe you and I are working right now?
No.
Just talking to these beautiful people right now. We're working.
No.
And do you realize as you're working, this internet connection that both you and I are talking on right now becomes tax deductible? Mm-hmm. When someone calls me on the phone and say, hey,
it's work, but it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, it's work, but it does exactly. But it doesn't feel like it. This phone is phone. Let's just say like Khadijah calls me. Hey, Fitzgerald tell me about Karatbars. This is a business call now. I write a portion of this cell phone bill off. This electricity that's spinning in the house, and this light that's giving me light. I'm using this for business. A portion that I can write off at the end of the year. You know, if I decide to go buy a watch and I talk to Dynas, hey, you look any ways to make money? This is a business problem. You get what I'm saying? That's how the wealthy play the game. That's how they play the game, as opposed to like, God, why they take out so many taxes? You know, Dynas and I have worked in high level sales. In high level sales, you get paid high level money. But man, they tax those commission checks in a rate that it was staggering you. You can get a $30,000 commission check, and by the time they get done getting you in back taxes,
16,000 take home.
Yeah. And that's the way it is. But with Karatbars now, you know, you pay your taxes. You know, you pay taxes after everything else is done. Sure, you're gonna, and so that's all I'm saying. I mean, Dynas, I want to take a few more questions. I know we have an hour 20 minutes. We went gone, so I want to kind of cut it off at least about 1:30.
Okay.
An hour 30. You know, but right now I just want to take a couple more questions. For those of you who just asked those two other questions, the one with the stocks and the one I think with the MLM. Hey, great questions. I appreciate that, and hopefully I shed some light on that.
Mm-hmm. Guys, do we have any more questions?
Have I made it clear on how to join? Have you done that? You think you made it clear on how to register?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, click on the affiliate link. I'll give you a call, get you connected to Fitzgerald, and we'll get you guys up and running so we can ensure that you're successful. Also, too, the link will be in the description and is on the screen right there as well.
Dynas says, have I made it clear what Karatbars is and what it is not?
Yes, you have.
Have I told about the products and everything like that?
We haven't gotten into the different packages, no. Do you
well, the business package. Okay, let's wrap it up with the business package. Business package. What do I mean by business package? When you purchase one of the tax deductible business packages, you know, think of that as a franchise. Okay. Now you guys see in the back where you see VIP right there. You know, that's a business package. That's what Dynas and I are on. Now, business package coming fourth type package. This one right here. This is going to be the size of the bronze business package. The gold and the silver business package. The VIP is a whole nother different animal. Okay, so the VIP is roughly like 3,000 euros one time. The gold package is like 1,700 euros one time. The silver business package about 800 euros one time, and the starter business package is like 150 euros one time. Now, what does that? What does that mean? Now, you know, you make money in Karatbars by the appreciation of your gold and the appreciation of your gold-backed cryptocurrency. But there's a third way that what really Dynas and I are excited about. By acquiring one of the tax-deductible business packages, now you open up a whole nother stream of incomes, plural. Should I say? Because when you acquire one of those business packages, now you get something called units. Now, in the world of Karatbars, every product that you purchase or someone in your organization purchase, there's a unit value assigned to it, depending on the price of the product. So when you also by purchasing a business packet, you get 10% of the person's business package who you personally sponsor. For example, we have business packages go up to €1 million. Let's just say if Dynas happens to sponsor a person, he decides, he meets another prince over there in Nigeria. He decides he wants to put €1 million in that. Lo and behold, Dynas just got a payout of 100,000 euros just because that guy simply did that. Plus, he's also got about 10,000 units. But I want to keep it practical. I want to start with with the 4 boxes I want to chart. Now each one of those packages has a unit value assigned, and you also have 2 teams. You have a left team and the right team. Even if you're like the person like Shirlane Gober, who brought Karatbars in North America, and so she has a team of close to like 700,000 affiliates worldwide. Tammy Morrison, who has a team of something like over 400, probably 450,000. Michael Tyrone Best, about close to 100,000. Michael Delco, my sponsor, about close over 60,000. Me, about 5,000. Okay, but make no doubt about it, they're all in one side. Okay, they're all on. They're either on one side or another side. Okay, so units accumulate up. And as people buy products and stuff like that, the units accumulate up. Now, when you get 50 units on one side and 25 units on another side, with people, purchasing their products, purchasing their gold, the gold cryptocurrency, the K phone, the computer, the profit packages. When you get 50 units on one side, 25 units on another side, if you happen to be a VIP like Dynas and I are, every time that happens anywhere over the world, you're going to get a dual team payout of 80 euros, like clockwork. Now, 25 units on one side, 50 units happen to be a gold, you're going to get a dual team payout of 60 euros. Okay. And if you're a silver, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, you're going to get a dual team payout of 50 euros. And if you're a bronze, the starter package, 25 euros on one side, 50 euros on another, 50 units on another side, you're going to get a dual team payout of 40 euros. Now, catch what I just said. Remember when I told you the story about Michael Delco?
Yep.
While he's built his team, Michael retired in 103 days from a 6-figure mortgage banking job with a bronze package. Okay. Now, here's a man that was making, he won't mind me saying this. Here's a man that was making, 6 figures a year, but he didn't have like the $3,000 to put into a VIP package. Just because you're making a lot of money, don't mean you got a lot of money. Right. Don't get that twisted. Some people think, well, 6 figures, $1 million a year. Don't think just because you make that, you got that type of purse price. It's what you keep. So, but nevertheless, he was able to build up, to literally retire, in 103 days off a bronze package. Since then, his wife has retired from her corporate job. His 5 grown job. Well, one of them is a captain in the United States Air Force. So the business keeps growing and growing and growing. I know it's doing the same thing for me. It pays out. Every Friday I can look like clockwork for but euros being loaded on mine or Dynas's MasterCard. What to do, or we can say this and put it in anything we want to do with, and that business keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. While we've been talking on the phone, not on the phone, but while we've been talking with you lovely people, our organization has been growing now, and that's the power of it. And so this is really what we do. I like to keep things simple, surprisingly simple. Yes, there are going to be more questions probably when you call me and things like that. I'll be happy to answer them, but I don't like to complicate, because you can't really make wealth if it's not duplicatable. And be duplicatable has to be simple, that what the masses can do. McDonald's makes their hamburger the same way, no matter where you go, whether you're down here in Tampa, Florida, up in Atlanta where Dynas is, or over in London, where as far as what locations there, they make the same burger the same way, same amount of hits for the ketchup, the same configuration for the onions and the pickles, same exact way. So look at that and keep things simple. You can make a very, very nice income for yourself. Okay, Dynas, we got about 2 minutes. Is there anything else in there? Anything? Why don't you go ahead and close? This is your show.
Yeah. I think that's it. We've covered everything. Once again, guys, make sure you sign up, use my affiliate link, enroll as an affiliate. You'll get a personal phone call from me. I'll get you in contact with Fitzgerald so we can make sure you guys are up and running and successful. Also, the link will be in the description. It is on the screen. So yeah, that's about it. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you go to dynastamir.com. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe as well. Until next time, family, Dynastamir, search for Huru. Peace.
Thank you.